Hello, welcome back to Funtime Crafts 24/7. This is a Let's Make video, and what we're making today is we're going to make embellishments for bookmarks. So, I had talked about when I was making the Anna Griffin bookmarks that I was going to make some embellishments for them, and these are them. Aren't they great? They're a faux wax seal. You make them similarly to doing the faux wax lamination on the bookmarks, and then you also use a wax seal stamp, or you can just decorate them with stuff you have in your stash. I like these instead of wax seals, or as well as actually, because I like wax seals a lot too. But these are really cool because they got a different look, and it uses scraps of paper and clear embossing powder plus your wax seal stamp. But if you're wanting to coordinate a project all together, this is a super fun way to do that. You don't have to have wax seals. This one was made with just a Carte Noir transfer. This one was made with dried flowers and manicure nail stickers. And then let's see, this one was actually just made with a little bit of actually this one was originally made with the seal, but because it cracked, it didn't come out well. I reheated it, gilded the edge, and it's just plain with the little metal charm on the top of it, which I thought was super pretty as well. You still get the gilding in there, in the marbling, but you also get the coordinating paper in the background as well. So I thought they just came out super, super fun. So whether you use it as just an embellishment like this, like to put on a card, or you pop a hole in it with your crocodile and stick it on a bookmark, I think they're so neat. And so this is another bookmark I've made. I cut the intricate die. This is a white card base, two pieces of the heavyweight cover card stock. That's 350 GSM, Anna Griffin matte foil, Carte Noir rub-ons, and I wanted it to look like it was a faux lattice with flowers coming up a bit, going up it. Gilded the edge, added some crocheted ribbon, and then one of those really fun embellishments. And I gilded it says happy birthday. I gilded the happy birthday on a coordinating paper, and thought this just came out so stinking cute. A little jump ring to attach it to the ribbon on the top, and I thought that was just so stinking fun. So here's another one here. That uses a thank you wax seal stamp on some more of that thankfulness paper collection. But like, isn't that just a fun way to embellish a bookmark? I think this is just so cute, and there's not much bulk to it either. And normally this part where the little ribbon is sticks out of your book anyways, so that's not that much for to be in your book. Even if it does get stuck in your book, you can just actually emboss a couple times. Just put it embossing powder on it a couple of times, and you just have a fun thing. You can an accent piece you could put the charm on top of, so you don't even have to stamp it or gild it or anything. Just emboss it, and it's a great way to match an element and give extra texture and a fun surprise. I think that's just a hoot. So there is that. Oh, the other thing, you don't even have to do that. You could just dangle a charm off the top of it, and how fun is that for an embellishment for a bookmark? But the thing that we're going to make today is that we're going to actually focus on are these really fun faux wax seal embellishments. So these, let's see, this one here is some of the thankfulness paper collection. I stamped it with a frame wax seal, and then used some manicure or nail stickers on the top of it, and gilded it as well. This one here is Anna Griffin matte gold with that same rectangular frame stamped in it, and then used some 5D nail stickers on the top of that, and then gilded the frame. This one here, it was a mistake. When I stamped the frame, it didn't come out too well, so I reheat set it, and then just added some dried flowers to it, and I thought that came out really cool. This is a little hummingbird one, a happy birthday one. This was that one didn't come out very good. With I was trying to melt it again, and I burnt the flowers, so I tried gilding them, and Yeah. Anyways, but they don't all come out perfect, right? And then this is another one with the same with dried flowers just popped in there while it was still warm. And then one of those manicure stickers, thank you stamp, a thank you stamp. This one, so just be aware that because this isn't done on both sides, you're only heat embossing one side. You can break them. So if you go to try to straighten these, because they do have a bit of a curl to them, if you try to straighten them, they'll crack. So if they crack, you don't have to throw them out. You can heat set it, and it will do just like this one here, to where you just get the gilded marbling in the background instead. But don't throw it out, because you can heat set it again, and you'll get that fun little design. So that's another fun way that you can do it. So yeah, so I'm going to show you how to do this. It's really simple. This is a My Sweet Petunia sticky grid mat, and you're going to need this. And what you want to do is you can use this, or scrapbook.com has similar ones. These are sturdy plastic with adhesive on one side. And what you want to do is you want to cut a 3/4 inch strip off the end of it. And then what you want to do is you need a metal palette knife. You want to make sure it's metal. It doesn't have to be square, but you want it big enough to where it can hold a nice size piece of that sticky grid mat. I have a piece around here. My last piece, because I've been doing so many of these. You can probably do this method for about 4 or 5 of them, and then it kind of loses its tackiness. So then you'll want to put a new piece on it. Let me find my piece, or let me get another one. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I had to steal a piece. I didn't have a piece that was big enough. So besides a metal pellet knife or a spatula, you want a piece of scored tape. I'm using 3/8 inch. You could use 1/4 too if you want to. You're going to put it at the end of your spatula. You're going to burnish it down really good, so it sticks really well. Because this is what your little sticky grid piece is going to stick to. And then what you want to do is you want to go ahead and you want to put your sticky grid piece. This is I did a 1-inch piece. And you want to put it at the end, and if it sticks off both sides, it's not a problem. But you wanna press it down. That has the sheet off of it, so, and I cut a piece off of it, so I had to use this to stick it down. You don't want to put your fingers all over it, because it'll take the adhesive away. Okay, so after you get that on there, this is like a little hand, a little embellishment hand to help you hold your pieces. So now what you want to do is you just need a scrap piece of paper. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use, actually, let's just do a little circle. We'll just do a little circle, and you could go anywhere. Look at how pretty that is. Let's do that one. And then you just put it on the end of your sticky hand. You just put your embellishment, attach it to the end of your sticky hand. And this works for holding tiny embellishments, no matter what you're doing with them. If you're watercoloring them, if you're using a marker on them, if you're, like heat embossing them, like if it's a sentiment and you want to heat emboss it, this totally works for that too. You could use this little method as well. The reason you don't use tweezers is because you'll always have a tweezer mark anywhere you're holding it, and you want it to be all clean when you're doing it. So then after you get your little sticky hand made, you put your embellishment on there. You're going to take your Versamark watermark pad. You're going to put ink on it. And try to just get it on the top of the embellishment, but if you don't, it'll clean off. Don't worry if you don't. I'm using Recollection super chunky clear embossing powder. You can use fine or regular embossing powder, but it will just take a few more layers. You want to do this you want to heat set this and do this about 7 times or so. And I'm going to do mine over the trash can. But you want to repeat this about 7 times. And that's so that way it will make it thick enough for you to be able to press the wax seal in. The other thing is you want to be ready. You want to have your wax seal ready or whatever it is you're going to do. So if you set flowers, dried flowers in it, you want to have them out and ready how you're going to put them on there, because you have to go really fast with this method. It dries so quick that you just have to do it like instantaneously. So once you put it on the table, you have to set the seal, or you have to put the flowers in it right away. And so they just another tip. So let me do this 7 times. But hold on, actually I'm going to do this 2 times. So I put ink on it, put powder on it. I'm going to heat set that, and I'm going to do that 2 times. Okay, hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, another tip. When you go to do the second one, before you ink it, you want to let it cool on the table. Otherwise, the embossing powder, it will stick to your ink pad. and I know because I've done it. I had to like peel it off. So yeah, so just add this. So you're only going to do this part. You're only going to ink it twice. And then on the third one, if you hurry, you're going to be able to just sprinkle embossing powder over it and then heat set it. So hold on. Okay, here we go. That was 6 times, but the layers of embossing powder were really thick. So I'm able to just, and it goes fast. See, it already did it. I just set it in because this is cold, and it went really quick. So yeah, so the other thing you need to note is, I'm going to tell you some things that are a key to think about when you're doing the, using the stamps. But after you stamp it, you want to go ahead and peel this off right away, because you're going to need to then trim out your design, with from any of the extra, embossing powder. You use your scissors, and it does really good. It makes it really nice. It trims up really easy. You don't want to wait to do this part, because after a few minutes, these will be super solid, and it'll just crack. They'll just crack. So yeah, so you want to be quick to trimming them, as well as getting them off the little sticky grid mat. And then look at, so that's what it looks like so far. And then you're gonna gild that now with a marker. Oh, there, can you see the design there? Oh, it had it. There it is. There's that cute little hummingbird. How pretty. And so now you're going to use, and you can use any of the wax seal markers on it too. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick with the gilding marker because this is so pretty. So there's a few things to note about the, and if you use a pokey tool, whoops, and to hold down your embellishment, it makes it easier, and you just use the side of the chisel edge and just drag it over the top of the design. Even with the wax, or even with the wax markers that Spellbinder sells, or the ones you get from Craftspire, the same way. I'm pretty sure they're all chisel tip as well. So there you go. Look how pretty. Now you could even go around the circle if you wanted to add a little bit of extra. I'm going to leave mine like this, like that. So the other thing you want to note when you're using these wax seals, you want to wax seal, if I haven't said it already, you need one with a very shallow design in it, like this little hummingbird one. If you look at the difference between this one and, hold on, where are you guys at? This little hummingbird one and like, let's see, this little flower one here, this one is so much, the flower one is so much deeper. Where are you? See, that flower one is so much deeper. The flower one's probably 1/8 of an inch deep, whereas the hummingbird's only 1/16 of an inch. And the shallower ones are way nicer to stamp. You would have to have a lot of layers of embossing powder to do this one to get that design, or it just doesn't come out that great. And you can always test them to see what the design looks like. And if you don't like it, just reheat it and then stamp a different one on if that one didn't work. So there is that. But the other thing you want to do too is if you want to use this as a dangle charm, look how pretty. Isn't that pretty, that little hummingbird? You want to pop the hole in it right away, because when you pop the hole, it'll make it crack as well. So I'm just going to put it at the top here, kind of in the center, there. And then all I have to do now is just pop a jump ring. See, it cracked it there, but I'm not worried about that. I still think that looks pretty. You don't even hardly notice it. I think it's still pretty. So then all you're going to do is put a jump ring in that, and you're done. That's your embellishment. And like, right, how easy is that? And if you want a project or an embellishment that totally matches, that is like a really great way to do that. So I have a pack of jump rings, a little box of them that I got off of Amazon. They're all different sizes. I'm using a really large one, because I know I'm going to go through like ribbon and stuff when I use this. But right, how pretty is that? That is a great embellishment, isn't it? And they look so pretty, so fun on these bookmarkers. I think it's just a great embellishment, a great detail, super fun. And yeah, so that's all there is to it. And you can do them in whichever way you want. Like, aren't those just fun and nice? I really like how these came out. That's the one we made together. So yeah, they're super fun. Whether you put dried flowers in them, you use manicure nail stickers on them, you leave them with just transfers or plain, or you put the wax seal on them. I think they're just so fun. And you don't even have to have designer paper. You could just do it with gold. And this is a white pearlescent powder, Anna Griffin's white pearlescent powder. Pearlescent paper powder. So many powders and papers. Yeah, so there's that. And so now let me show you. Let me show you. So to clean this off here, you just peel this off, and if the score tape doesn't come with it, generally you can just peel the score tape off. And then to get the embossing powder off, all you're gonna do is you're just gonna heat it up again. And then once it starts melting, all you're gonna do is you're just gonna wipe this whole thing off with a paper towel. Is all you do. I grabbed this one out of the trash. That's it, and it's nice and clean and flat again. It's beautiful. Yeah, and if you don't like it that clean, you can heat it up again and wipe it off again. I had probably had schmutz on mine, but now it's all nice and flat, but it's hot. So there is that. And now what we're going to do with the bookmarkers, I'm going to show you. I'm not going to do the tutorial right now. That's coming up. We're going to make this fun card. We're going to make a version of this card. We're not actually remaking this one, but look at this. This is a card-centric slimline die. These dies are from the card-centric slimline die set. And this is the Thankfulness paper collection. Like, right? Isn't that so pretty? Now look. Oh, look at that. How fun is that? And then it opens up with another beautiful little message on there. And then this is what I want to do with the bookmarks. Right? Put a little pocket on the inside. Add the bookmark. It's like a fun surprise, right? You still have a tiny place to write there. But in all reality, this card is not one you're necessarily going to mail. You're going to hand it. You're going to put it in a gift box and you're going to hand it to somebody. Usually, you could mail it though if you wanted to. It's just going to require a lot of extra postage if you were wanting to make this as a gift for somebody. But you could probably mail it for about $5 or $6 if you wanted to just brighten somebody's day and, you know, let them know you're thinking of them. So look for this tutorial. It should be coming up here pretty soon. But there it is there. That's all I have for today. I hope that you enjoyed this fun little tutorial, this little project here. Let me know what you think about the little embellishments down in the comments below. And if you're going to try it, or you already do something similar, or maybe you do something even better. And if you do, let us know that too. It's always fun to learn what everybody else likes to do. Thanks so much for hanging out. And until next time, happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye.